am at 43.
I just,
43, my nigga.
I'm just glad that you finally finished the fucking game.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Like, cause even then after that night, I was like, when I got the fucking, what was the first, like the 44-38, I was like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and finish Oronos. I think I finished the game like the next day. So I was just like, all right, cool. Now I can talk about it with my friends.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Friendship. Gang.
Go ahead, man.
Fuck your friendship.
You're a hater, dude. It's fine.
So we gonna start off how the graphics are better than Pokemon Scholar than Violet, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, let's
Can we just not bring that game up at all?
Let's just start that fucking. No, man, because it got hundreds, and Sonic Frontiers had one issue one time, and it's a 7.
That goddamn alleged pop in.
We live in a society.
They shouldn't have gotten the one issue the one time?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Company with 30 years of experience of making the same fucking game over and over again has like indie level bugs. 10 out of 10. It's 100. It doesn't. The issues don't take away from the core gameplay. Sonic has pop in. I mean, you know, I know it's like a team of 60 folks, and this is their first open world game, but you should really have things figured out at this point. Like what are you guys even
just
fucking
wanted some
doing?
more cyberspace levels, make it a little bit more like Sonic Adventure. I really miss Sonic Adventure.
This is really reminding me of Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom.
See,
Rise of Lyric.
You're being generous, man, because like Sonic has never been good in 3D. It had the worst transition out of every franchise.
And remember all his friends, his terrible friends? His Sonic's terrible friends, how much they suck?
What happened to them? They're not
Too many
fun.
friends.
Too many friends. Like 7 out of 10.
Sega really needs to go back to Sonic Adventure 2 because that was the best Sonic game.
Because
after
that is what
Sonic
I played in my childhood, and that's what all Sonic games should be like.
They should all elicit those feelings of me playing that particular game for the first time.
Because hypothetically speaking, if it is, they're gonna complain about they need to make something new.
Nah. If Sega just made Sonic Adventure 17 times, I'd buy it.
Right. Like if we got
a different coat of paint.
Absolutely. Like game should have really been Adventure 3, Unleashed 2, Gens 2, or Mania 2.
You're all wrong.
If we had all of those
Sonic
things,
and 3D
honestly,
are
I'd be chilling. What?
Yeah.
What? What did you just say?
All of you are wrong. None of that is Sonic. None of that's actually Sonic. The core identity of Sonic is always peaked at 1 and CD.
You're absolutely you're 100% right. If I was animating the game, it would have had 7 frames of rail exiting animation instead of 3 frames of rail exiting animation.
Boy, oh boy, I wish Yuji Naka worked on Sonic Frontiers. It would have been better.
Yuji Naka really knew what was going.
God.
Yeah, putting all the actions onto one button.
Yeah, genius.
When are we going to admit that Balan Wonderworld was actually good? Huh? I mean, Yuji Naka was okay, I can't keep this up.
It'll be the
you really lost me with that Balan Wonderland one.
Yeah, I was about to say boys laced.
I like how everybody broke out of the joke.
Mr. Yuji Naka is alright.
He's alright, he's cool, he's fine.
Walking around, pacing back and forth, tapping his foot.
Talk about low budget flight.
Mans is hitting the
you're jail right now.
Right, he's checking his non-existent watch and tapping his foot, looking at the player.
No food or movies.
I'm out of here. And then Yuji Naka, at the ripe age of like 56, does a perfectly executed spin dash out of his jail cell.
Right.
Glitches through the wall.
Right.
Flies through the stage into the gold ring, which is the freedom.
Oh dear God. Then he gotta fight this big ass robot, then it's gonna be Naoto Oshima on top of it.
I was just about to say.
Nice Naoto Oshima in an Eggman cosplay. Christ.
Oh my god.
Them shits was funny.
Y'all are fucking ridiculous, man. But alright, like the actual conversation we're here to have. How did we feel about Frontiers?
You first, Jarvis.
Damn. Me? I guess so, because I got least to talk about. Not really, but whatever.
Who beat it first? I think Musa did.
I think it was Musa.
It was me.
Musa beat it illegally?
Damn, put that man out there. That's crazy.
Okay.
Hey, I blatantly say I pirate my shit. I don't care.
That. Okay.
I own the game.
Allegedly.
Legally, too.
Allegedly.
I own the game legally too.
We all own the game.
Yeah. I
have the game on
multiple
Steam.
copies.
I have the game on Steam, and I have the game illegally on Switch. But yeah,
That's crazy.
modded Switch for you, boy.
I'm finna
That's the only way you can play it. I refuse to buy that shit.
I'm finna get demonetized.
For the Switch.
That's nuts.
Honestly, for the Switch, it's actually not that bad. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I play it at work. It's all right. It's the same game, but frame rate worse.
Yeah. It's the same game, but on Switch.
Yeah.
Just set your expectations.
It doesn't-
Be fine.
I don't fall through the floor though. Just saying that.
I mean, I didn't either on PS5. We gotta see how PC holds up.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple of things to say about the PC port. Honest.
Go ahead.
I guess I'll be the first to give my rating. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
What a spoon.
Wow. He's not a real Sonic fan.
0.5.
You're putting it too high.
Why,
Honestly, it was a 7. It went up to a 0.5 after I got over some of my issues.
What were some of those issues? Because we probably had the same ones, like as a group.
I have a document that I wrote out so that I would not be.
Oh,
No. Listen, let me
This is good.
You want me to go first, Musa?
Listen. Yes, but I'm just gonna say I wrote out this document when I first beat the game so that my opinions would not be swayed by others.
Okay.
This was before like all the reviews dropped and everybody else and their mom started talking about it. I just wanted my opinions, not influenced by anybody else. So that's why I wrote it down.
Yeah.
But I'll say it after everybody else goes.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, you want to go with Jarvis?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
For me, Sonic Frontiers was it was honestly like a breath of fresh air. I enjoyed it a lot. So much so I disregarded my friend's wedding. Nah, I'm kidding. I still went. It's fun time. Oh no, I shit you not. I love him to death, but I legit told him, "Hey, fuck your wedding," and I sent that out as a screenshot on Twitter.
That's so real.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you have to be brutally blunt to your friends. That's how you know they love them. You love them.
That's,
Hey, commitment.
that's why I send all the racism that I do towards y'all. It's all love.
Yeah,
But
that's
no.
what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
100%.
But no, like it set up a good foundation. Now, of course, the game is without its flaws, but it's like nothing. They'll just tell me, "Hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna not play this game anymore." Yada yada yada. Music's pretty dope, like every Sonic game is. The open world portion, that was actually pretty dope. I don't know if we're gonna like nitpick on like specific like levels yet, or we're just gonna keep it
I
generalized.
mean, this is generalized. We'll do everything else in another category.
Okay, but yeah, the game kind of I don't even want to say the game lied on having 5 islands. Islands that I'll say like 3.5.
Yeah, I have an opinion on that, but I'll wait till it's my turn.
It's cool. Cyberspace levels were not as bad as everybody said it is. It's just your usual Sonic levels, albeit short. But I can't really say that about the later half because there's one specific level that kept me from retrying. But Outside of that, I'll have to give it like a 8.5 for me.
Fair enough. Edward.
Okay, I'll start with the number rating. I guess 8.3, 8.5.
This thing said
8.5.
8.3.
8.5.
You rounded up to 8.5. That's a real Sonic fan.
No, it's also a breath of fresh air for me, because this last 10 years it felt like a filler, like filler for the franchise when it comes to games, and now we're back on like canon stuff now. Cyberspace is the best 2D. Cyberspace is, in my opinion, is the best 2D Sonic has been in a long time, if not ever. And I mean for boost games, if we're calling it that. That's my opinion. That's what I feel. And they got better as the game went on. We talking about final boss yet or no? Can I throw that in?
No.
Okay. Man, the reason why it's not a 9 for me is because there's just so much that could be done to make it better, or some stuff that feels like it's just unfinished, and I want to see like Frontiers again, but like done. Like when you get an extension on an assignment,
Right.
because the professor's like, I know you can do better, right?
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Word.
In addition to that, you know what would be nice? Because I'm kind of hoping they'll add like cyberspace levels in the vein of like how Unleash had DLC levels
Yeah.
post game.
Mm-hmm. It's like my fucking DLC wish list was just like, you know, either like you said, more cyberspace levels, or like a new island with just, you know, shit.
That would be fucking nice.
Yeah. For my like, and I try not to give things numerical ratings because there's always like some people put a lot of weight behind that. So I usually tell people like, play the shit, don't play it, or wait till it goes down.
Yeah.
Absolutely play the shit, Sonic fan or not. If I had to give it a number, it's pretty much the same as Ed's, like an 8.5. Mainly, like it was like I'll talk to y'all because like when we were first playing the shit, like after I beat like the first island or two, I was like, yeah, it's a 9. And then, you know, I kind of dialed that shit back because that basically means that the inevitable sequel to Frontiers would have to be the perfect fucking game, and that shit ain't happening. I'm on the bandwagon of like, you know, obviously like after having the last 3-4 mainline titles be just, you know, ho-hum, because like I won't even call them like just outright fucking trash, but like
We're garbage.
they didn't do it for me. So, you know, getting something new that was executed properly the first, or, you know, that was executed well enough the first fucking time was cool. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, nigga. Like I enjoyed that shit, and like the shit just set new standards for so much shit in the franchise.
Yep.
That I think it's a great thing, because I know I would like to think we're not gonna get anything worse than what was in Frontiers. Like, just the soundtrack, even for a Sonic soundtrack, is fucking immaculate. The boss fights, like, nigga, this is the best that it's ever felt to be Super Sonic since 1992. Like, the the boss fights just in scale and production quality were top notch. The story didn't take itself too seriously, so it was good because you had fucking Ian Flynn writing it. He's a really good writer. But, you know, when shit was serious, it was serious, and when it was more, you know, down to earth, it was more down to earth. And I don't think those wires ever got crossed. Kind of like how it happens in the MCU when like 30 people die and then somebody like is just wisecracks and quips and shit. Like that.
There actually was, to interrupt, there was, Sonic did have a will that just happen moment after like a Coco thing, a vision, right?
Yeah, it's like cause that happened once, and I think the only joke that I kind of like side-eyed at, and this was just like me hating like people memeing on millennial humor, was like when Tails explained everything, and then he was like, "Yeah, those sure were words you said." And I'm like, "All right, man." All right, bro.
That was a little funny.
That's just Tails trying to be hip and cool.
I fucking guess. But I like, honestly, my gripes with the game, and I guess we can just kind of go into gripes from here, but like everything that I would change about the game was 100% personal. Because like Jarvis said, the pop-in was not a fucking issue. It was actually kind of funny. Like you be chilling and then Coco's just show up and start doing ADD baby shit. That was funny as fuck. That's hilarious.
Coco's doing baby shit is funny, but I do disagree that the pop-in wasn't an issue.
Like, my nigga, that shit, I can tell you on exactly one finger how many times I was paying attention to the pop-in in this game. I was too busy having fun to even really like fucking notice that shit.
I'm not gonna say that the pop-in like impeded my gameplay, because it didn't. But for me to say that it wasn't an issue is also wrong, because sometimes I was like, ah shit, where am I looking? Like, where am I going? Like when I was doing I'd be doing one of the, I guess, platforming challenges, I'll call them, just platforming challenges. And I was trying to figure out where it was going to lead to. And I'm just flying through the air, and it randomly spawns in, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's where I go." And I have a split-second chance to react.
Right.
Be a lot too.
Now, was this place
not even on some
Chaos
Sonic
Island?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Chaos
because
Island,
if anything, sorry to interrupt, but yeah,
No, you're good.
like if I were to notice like pop-ins, it'll be like in the third island, because a lot of stuff is happening there.
Yeah.
Right,
in
a lot of
terms of
stuff is happening,
obstacles.
even though you're locked into your camera
Right.
movement. A lot of shit is just there, and it's weird. But if everybody else is done, I will go ahead and
Hell, I wasn't even done.
look at this. All right,
But like, I was just
go ahead.
like the pop-ins for me weren't a real issue. The main things that I would even change, like as far as combat goes, I do think we need a reason to use the different enders for shit. Because like there's no other reason than just to get a different animation. Like, you know, like the up ender could like knock them into the air, the down one could be like a hard knockdown, you know, so forth, so on and so forth.
Forward bounce for like the stomp one.
Right. And I do want more animations for the basic hits. Cause like, you know, right punch, left kick, right punch, right kick. Like I get it, first outing, but you know, just improvement for the next game. Let me get out of 2D sections in the open world when I want to.
Now,
Like,
let me ask you something. How would that work? Would you have to press like the dodge button to get out of it, maybe, and have like the game be like, yeah, press this to get out of this, 2D section, right?
yeah, because like that was what I was thinking in the first place. Because like the dodge button serves no purpose in the 2D section, so I'm like, okay, well if I hit L1 or R1, background, foreground, let me get out of it.
Yeah.
And like it didn't like the platforming itself didn't bother me. Like I didn't mind that they existed, but there would be some times where like I'm running towards a goal and then I hit a dash pad and I'm locked into a 2D section unless I go backwards. And that was my issue.
Sometimes you couldn't even just go backwards.
Yeah, so
sometimes
like,
you'd be
you had to
stuck
just finish that
regardless of
shit
it.
out. Like you would have to
Yeah.
finish it out and be like 500 meters from where you were originally going.
But continue, yeah.
As far as like the cyberspace goes, like my only real thing was I want the boost in 2D to feel like it matters. Cause like you go ever so slightly fucking faster in the 2D sections. As opposed to like the 3D sections where it's like it's a real fucking boost, you know what I'm saying? It's not the traditional one that we've had for past games, but you know, it does change your fucking speed and trajectory. Like it's fucking useful in 3D.
Yeah, speaking of which, can we just give a shout out that is no longer boost or win?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's no longer boost to win, and like there's and again like these are some of, if not the most involved fucking stages if you're trying to speed run or if you're trying to get an S rank time. Like it's not just hold forward and jump occasionally. There's a lot of shit you have to do to get some of these fucking times.
For example,
man.
3-6. Oh, sorry, Jarvis. Well, I just
no, go ahead.
I've been
That's it.
practicing trying to get a good time on 3-6, and the controls could, like I said, it's the best, in my opinion, it's the best Sonic's been controlled in 2D in a boost game. But at the same time, when it comes to like physics, I didn't give a shit about like momentum bullshit this course until like this one maneuver that I do at the beginning of 3-6 with the drop dash. Because if you don't get a certain if you don't get a hit on the panel platform far enough, you'll just stop and you'll stay in the ball. And I'm like, okay, I see.
That's funny.
But oh yeah, what were you about to say, Jarvis?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say anything. Kind of pertinent. Was meaning to mute that. So yeah, it's still good here.
Yeah.
But there is one specific. If I need to say something, there's one specific level. The green boost panels. I kind of felt they were unnecessary.
Oh, for the drifting?
Yeah, for the drifting.
Yeah, that shit fucking. I hated that stage.
I completed that level by jumping over those. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, like that was the only way that I was getting the fucking time.
Wait, so when you jump over those, do you still get in the drift lock thing?
No,
It's, you play it like a regular
they
stage.
initiate the drift.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, like I ended up using like the light dash was another thing that needs to be fixed. In
Light
my
speed
opinion.
dash.
Yeah. Because it stops it makes you go through the rings, but right at the end of the rings, it'll pause, ruining your momentum and everything.
Yeah, like in the old games, it did that too. But like in this one, it really like you really
Yeah.
feel
But
it.
it just goes to
Like
like
you
a
kinda-
hard
Yeah, I
stop.
was about to say you kind of like stop on a dime at the end of it.
Mhm.
Because like in the other ones, like you fell at the last ring, but in this one it's like light dash and then you stop and then you can keep moving.
But it's a little, but it's also kind of misleading because it has that little aura, making it seem like are you just building up speed? Oh no, you're just gonna go to a full stop.
Right. Cause like I'm telling you, like nigga, when I first hopped in the fucking like it took me forever to get used to light dash, to push the stick into light dash, and then like realizing that the boost didn't kill enemies in this game. I'm like, oh shit. All right, cool. We back to real life platforming on this shit.
Cool with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, nigga. Like this shit was still fun. Like there wasn't like I don't think there was a singular thing that I really could say like just straight up was not fun in the game. There was some shit that I had to, get used to and adapt to, but I mean, new game, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah, even with the little Coco mini games, I like those.
Yeah, I didn't mind them. Well, again, because we don't suck at games.
Yeah, that too.
And I mean, like that's kind of like that might be a shot, but like a lot of the people that I'm saying they didn't like shit, they didn't like the skill-based portions of this game. And I'm like,
Right.
like that it's kind of a fucking common denominator.
Except for the pinball minigame.
Get
Like, I got lucky.
good. Get good.
I got lucky, and I'll say I didn't have to deal with any bullshit. But playing it again, I was like, oh yeah, now I see the bullshit other people faced. Because, it was kind of annoying. Even though I still got it first try. Like, it was annoying.
I mean, shit. I think I'm with Shane here when I say I love pinball and Sonic. Like, I think back to Adventure 1 with the Casinopolis one. I fucking love that shit. And then even the one in Lost World, yeah, obviously.
He said, obviously.
Yeah, I even saved a file on my Switch version. I saved a separate file for the pinball shit so I can go back and play it because I liked it. I enjoyed it, man. I like when shit isn't like super tedious. Like if you're good enough at the thing, you can, get it done.
Mhm.
And there's like challenge. There's no like, oh, we're gonna hold your hand through it and give you like as many retries as you need. You get 2 tries. That's it.
You mean this game ain't God of War Ragnarok?
I think that's fair, but on the other end of it, I do disagree because it doesn't control like somebody would expect pinball to control.
Huh? Really?
So
It doesn't.
yeah, no, it doesn't.
How?
It doesn't control like typical pinball would control.
Only
It
thing
is
that comes to
very-
mind is
it
like
is
you don't have a
very-
tilt.
Well, yeah, you don't have a tilt, but like the movement of that pinball is not typical pinball. It does not move like typical pinball at all. And I'm saying this as somebody who didn't have a trouble with it at all.
Like that's,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair. Because like there are some points where that shit like it'll get magnetized to like the top border and like won't roll down like a real ball does.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I thought you were talking about just like the way it bounced off of shit or how the flippers worked. I was like, no, I was hitting my shots. For sure.
Oh no, that should work. That worked. But yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if like if that pinball board was like maybe twice or 3 times its size, it maybe would have warrant the point requirement.
Yeah. Because I thought 5 million was just fucking insane until I got like to the 250.
multipliers.
I got the max multiplier and did like 5 trips around where I got all the rings, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, sick.
My last point with the pinball, and this is kind of like a skill issue thing with a lot of Twitter. I call them Twitter gamers that don't play any other games. So my friend, she downloaded it because we share profiles and shit, and she was like, "I'm gonna try it too," because she's a Sonic fan, and she hasn't really been into the more recent shit. She played like Rush is her favorite one. She played like 06 and all that shit. And I told her, it's like, you're about to do like the one that's whooping everyone's ass, and she did it in like 1 try, and she's like, "What, really?
Jesus.
Do these people play other games?"
No.
Right?
And I was like,
Are you
"Oh,
talking
okay."
about 1-2? Or you
Not even she asked right that too. She didn't do the strats or anything. She just stayed on it long enough, and she was like, "I did it." And then she did the pinball shit, and she was like, "It's just pinball. What are these people talking about?" I was just like, "Okay."
Like it was
Gotcha.
funny because like when I first ran up against the pinball, like I played it like 2-3 times before I was like, all right, I gotta end stream. I'm tired. And then the next time I streamed, like I did it like immediately.
Yes, it's just pinball, dude.
Yeah, I want to say like the first time I went through it the first time, but the thing where I fucked up was it's like the end game. It's like, all right, what I'm supposed to do after I get the points.
Yes.
But I also accidentally pressed B
Oof.
and exited out.
Bruh.
I was salty for like 5 minutes, and I just went, I'll just start over. And it's like, okay, cool. I did it again. Just fine.
Yeah, man, Sonic and pinball have been like a thing for a long time, so this ain't even a Frontiers thing.
Shit's synonymous. I mean, nigga, there was a whole game in the 90s, Sonic Spinball.
Sonic Pinball, which wasn't terrible.
bam, 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 bam,
Yeah,
bam, bam.
I love that game for like the first 10 minutes.
Then after that is fuck this game.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's fair enough.
I like the game enough to play the first stage, and then I'm like, do I have to finish this? No? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Well, anyway, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, the going back to the fucking island comment, like the only island really that I felt like didn't need to be an island was Rhea, because I'm like, this could have been the final goal of any of these other islands. Like you do everything, then to get like the last 2 Chaos Emeralds or something, you just activate all the beacons and get you some lore. I didn't dislike it, but I feel like it definitely was part of a bigger piece, judging by the art book, because there were only 3 islands in the art book.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
dialogue, like recorded lines, there are only 3.
right? Because like they don't like Rhea. You don't talk to anybody on Rhea, and I don't even think niggas say Oranos. Like, but I still like enjoyed my time on all islands. Like even Raya was like a nice little break. It's just, hey, go platform some shit, get some lore. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't have to beat the fuck
Like,
out of nothing.
holy
Right.
fuck, like I'm trying to see what's gonna happen too. Like I'm like, damn. So they're from space? What else? You know, that type of shit, right?
Right.
Right.
Like Oranos, like I want to talk about the music so bad because like the autism runs rampant anytime a discussion of music is brought up, and I think that's one of my superpowers. But
I mean, everybody popped the fuck off right when
yeah,
they hit
like
the
everybody,
Giganto boss.
yeah,
Holy shit, yeah.
everybody
Oh my gosh,
threw
yeah.
their entire vaginas into the fucking soundtrack, bro. It was fucking amazing.
Just dip them in there.
Right. What was y'all's favorite islands?
Oh shit. Musa, did you do your review? I don't think you did.
Yeah, do your first.
Oh. I mean, we've been going into it. I didn't want to just talk a whole lot, but I got you. So, well, since we haven't gotten anywhere else, I'll just say what I felt about like the gameplay. First two islands really fun. I didn't like Chaos though. Like Chaos, I really just started to be like, all right, this is starting to get on my nerves now. Like literally just what we already said. All the amount of 2D sections you get trapped in was getting on my nerves, and I just wanted to explore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go over stuff that we literally didn't go over, or we did, so I don't just repeat the same thing. We already said Raya was fine. Raya did not need to be. Raya literally could have been a part of Chaos,
Yeah,
and nobody would have batted an eye.
Yeah.
Fuck that final boss. I just gotta slip that in there. No, this isn't about get good. Fuck that final boss.
Skill issue, dog.
On Aureus, that's when I started to actually like have fun again. I was like, yeah, back to where we were. Back to Island 1 and 2.
That's my favorite island too.
Honestly.
Yeah, like with me, I think each island has my favorite something. Like Chaos Island had my Chaos Island has my favorite aesthetic. Like I really like, top of volcano for a fucking island.
Right.
I think Ares had like some of my favorite Guardian boss fights. Like those are really fucking good.
Facts.
Oranos has my favorite island themes. Like all of them bitches are good. Like because when I didn't hear the song that we heard in all the fucking trailers on Chronos, I was like, oh man, don't tell me that was just a fucking trailer song. And then it popped up in Oranos, and I'm like, yeah, this shit's fucking goated. But yeah, Chronos had really fun platforming challenges. Like I think those were probably some of the, I don't want to say more fun ones, but those were some of the more intuitive ones, I guess. Because like they're trying to get you introduced to them, so they just throw a bunch of different types of them at you. Like those are really fun. But
yeah, I think they really hit that stride with Ares.
Because like Ares kind of feels like the heart of the fucking Sonic Frontiers experience.
It's like, all right, you got enough skill points, unlock some skills, do some crazy shit, fight these bosses, go get this lore, hang out with Knuckles, see some character development with Knuckles.
Right.
And me too. All of them, actually.
Everybody. I'm so sad because we're gonna have to play Tales of Sky Patrol 2 for the next
just for some
Day one.
bet. Let's go. Day one purchase.
Tails asking the real questions is like, nigga, am I a burden? Oh, I'm not? Alright, cool. I'm gonna go have my own fucking adventures, nigga. Tails adventure, pussy.
See, but that they have to build up from that lore.
Yeah. He is about to put in work, man.
Yeah, but so one thing that did annoy me is Sonic's running speed. Like when you're not touching the controller and then you just start running. That base running speed is so slow. It makes me feel like I have to boost.
Yeah, because like
and obviously it's made for you to boost, but I feel like it's just a little bit too slow because I can stop for a second on a platforming challenge and then start running, and now I'm too slow and I can't make like my jumps.
and like
Why he's go ahead.
And I'm not saying that wasn't a consistent issue, but that is something like that I noticed that I was like, it's kind of a little bit
And it's one of those things that like I'm pretty sure will get fine tuned in time. Because like there's a lot of like platforming and traversal tricks that you can do, so I wouldn't want it to, be like the traditional fucking run where it's just, you constantly build up speed until you stop. Because that doesn't really lend itself well to the platforming in the open world and Frontiers. But I do get it. Like it could be faster. Like I feel like you cap out too early. Well,
there is no cap. You're not moving and then you're moving.
Yeah, like you're not moving or you're moving. It's Heroes momentum. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I have to. It's fine if you like tap the boost and now you're just running and you let go of it. That's fine. But if I'm not holding the boost or have touched the boost, it's just way too slow.
Yeah.
Now, are you talking about like the base speed level or max speed level? In terms of leveling up, of course.
Oh, in terms of leveling up, I would say both because I tried this before I got to level 100 and after I got to level 100. It still feels it's still the same kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was. Ooh, that reminds me. One thing I did notice. I remembered to do the drop dash, and since I don't know whether or not this counts as a bug or like a glitch and whatnot, it kind of ignores like the physics it's supposed to have. If that makes sense, like
it does its own thing now.
Yeah, it just does its own thing. Like on Chaos, where you're not supposed to traverse across the volcano.
Oh yeah, I use that all the time.
That shit carried me. So that alleviated most of my grievances I had with Chaos. Now, speaking of leveling up, and I know this is a main gripe. Fuck the Elder Coco.
I did not see him anywhere.
Yeah.
I got so mad,
bro. Like it's a quality of life thing. I'm like, it's the same thing that Animal Crossing does. Like if I have enough materials to make 10 hammers, let me craft 10 fucking hammers. If I have enough Cocos for 30 upgrades, let me pick how many of those upgrades in each category I want to do. Like, because there was a point where I was just running around the island, I had completely forgot to go upgrade my shit. I shit you not, I was sitting there for 20 minutes just upgrading shit from like level 30 to level 60 something. I'm like, nigga, please just let me hit upgrade max and let me move the fuck on.
Right, or automatically assign it, so I only have to see this once.
Right.
Like with the Hermit Coco.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you got some seeds? Cool, here you go. Here's what I can do. Why the fuck was that not the same thing for the other nigga?
I feel like they either forgot or they threw in shit at the last minute.
They definitely threw stuff in at the last minute, but
like the game overall did feel like, I don't want to say like cut short because that feels a little bit too harsh, but it does kind of fills in where the director.
I think they did. I think it was cut short. Like if you look at everything, it was definitely
like
cut short.
Some more time to like finish the. Well, I don't want to say finish the game, but like actually like work on more time to work on the game. I'm kind of curious to see how they'll turn out. Maybe we'll see it as like DLC. Who knows?
We might, because like I know like once the after the first week, Sega posted job listings for more employees for future Sonic games. So like Frontiers did well enough on that front. Like it's never, and that, I mean, hell, that's a whole nother fucking conversation. But like it was never Sonic Team. It was quite literally always Sega. The Sonic team caught the shit
Yeah.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
After the, well, I'd say after 06, but even after that, they still were producing good stuff.
Yeah.
After it was after that Rise of Lyric,
Man.
and then how mid what's his name was Lost World was.
Man.
Oh boy.
Please note, I didn't say bad. I just said mid. All right.
Okay. Next, you'll say. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm trying not to. I'm not gonna make too many jokes about that guy, because that'll mean he lives rent free in my head.
What guy? I feel
know.
like I missed some subtext.
Oh, you
I
know.
feel like I did too.
Oh, like both of y'all know him. He has the opinions, the correct ones.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Oh boy. Is this person a YouTuber or?
yeah, you could say that.
You can
say that.
That's funny. That's crazy. That's crazy as shit.
That's hilarious.
But
Oh
yeah,
boy.
Lost World was like everything from like Gens. After Gens, it was just either mediocre or mid. So like okay,
And then you have
Certainly hit and
Mania.
miss.
And then you have Mania, the one outlier.
yeah.
Mania hit Sonic Team rent free, in my opinion.
I'm like that fucking game. Man, got people talking about Sonic again.
Yeah, in a positive light.
All right,
Come on, guys, we need to put some Mania lore in Forces.
and then fuck it up.
Immediately by adding.
It was
something
right
else.
there.
Fuck it all the way up too.
Could have
Gee,
just not done it.
Nah, man.
we had something perfect. We had like the retcon that was the alternate dimensions, which is just classic era and like modern shit. But then it's just like, no, it's unified again. I'm like,
I disagree with your opinion on that. But we don't have to talk about that right here, right now.
yeah, we can say that for later.
Yeah.
Debates.
Yeah.
Ideals. Content.
Yeah. Big,
All right, so
big content. So the
Anyway,
what was it? Edward
I was gonna say the Gemini Home Entertainment moon planet, right? That thing at the end of the
What?
game.
Gemini. Oh, the end.
Oh, are we going right to the final boss already?
I was just about to say like, nigga, who was your favorite boss fight? Shit.
Okay, my bad.
He's jumping the gun for real.
I'm sorry. Shit, I don't know. It's hard. I like them all. I do definitely think Knight is probably my favorite. Actually,
Facts. That is the correct opinion.
My favorite was Wyvern.
Wyvern's neat, too.
Acceptable opinion.
Like just flying around as Supersonic, chasing a dragon down, basically.
In a circle.
Using your
Okay, in a circle, sure. But
Okay, mine's also got to be Ryvern because like dodging missiles and stuff kind of give you like a little flash. It's like what you do in Doomsday Zone in Sonic 3K.
yeah.
Amplified.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it's an evolution.
It's just a precursor. Like, nigga, none of these fights are bad. None of them. Not a single
None.
one. Best.
No.
I'd argue best in the series, but that's not what this video is about. Like,
Supersonic fights for sure.
right. Like, if I had to rank them, honestly, I'd probably say like Knight. Well, yeah, like Knight, Wyvern, and Supreme are kind of on the same area, and then Giganto, because the Giganto fight, it's like, hey, big ass shit, go fight it. Like, that's, first one, whatever, you get a pass. Knight was probably the most involved, and like the shit was just fun, man. Like surfing on his fucking shield out of the way of missiles and then kicking the shit back into his fucking face.
Floating on top and shit and just
Right.
like kicking out.
Adding up on the Giganto, I feel like it is like you said, it is kind of overrated in its first boss fight. But I think like the music kind of
Yeah.
carries on that boss fight
Like,
a lot.
the boss theme the boss, the undefeatable, is fucking amazing. Like, let's establish that.
I'll never forget. Like, my girl was asleep, and I just when the minute I hit like Giganto, like, wow, holy shit,
Oh shit!
holy fuck.
Like I ended stream. I was like, nigga, I know my stream is not gonna go past this moment, so I'm just gonna cut it. I'll catch y'all niggas later.
Car like driving home from work, and I was like listening to him play it.
It's
I
all
woke
right.
up the next morning, play Undefeatable on repeat. Never wanted to walk my dog so aggressively.
Like I think the fight itself is like it's adequately rated. Like the music does do a lot, but
It's really well done, and it's
Yeah.
like you don't have that many abilities anyway, and shit, it's more engaging than Supreme in my opinion.
Supreme, I thought Supreme was kind of a mid fight, honestly.
Supreme felt somber compared to like the rest of the fights.
it's like there was definitely like a sense of finality, and I'm like, you know, compared to the fucking the final boss, which, you know, skill issue if you didn't like it.
Well,
You mean Ikaruga the fight?
No, I don't. That's not a skill issue.
That's a skill
I
issue.
don't feel like I should be expected to know how to play an Ikaruga Toho fucking game out of
counterpoint,
nowhere.
Counterpoint, you did it 3 times before the final boss.
Yeah, you did it 3 times. Where one, it was nowhere near as challenging. Those were fucking easy as shit.
Is the final boss supposed to be as easy as the goddamn mini game?
Okay, hold on. Nah, don't do that. You know that's not what I'm saying. You know that's not what I'm saying. You know that's not what I'm saying.
no, cause like we had like near Automata, like early Hack 9S missions with the other shit. The final boss was just like Toho, bro. That shit was.
That shit was 100%. So it was gas.
And it wasn't terrible because like you know you could move into the bullets that you're shooting at if you have the color like on. So like that made it bearable. But I didn't know that at first. So I was like, oh shit, trying to dodge everything. And you know,
I think the main issue is it's something you wouldn't initially expect from a Sonic game, or at least something of that importance.
that's my issue with it. That's the issue I have. It's just like I mean, I don't hate the game because of it, but like this is it. That's it.
Yeah, like
You
it
know?
was like for me. Again, I didn't mind the boss. I actually liked it because like nigga, I'm a fucking hell shooter fiend. But it kind of popped up out of nowhere that was the thing that was chasing the fucking ancients. And I was like, yeah, you know what? This is like, you know, some Kirby Dark Matter shit, but I am kind of confused as to why like there wasn't like just a bit like another Titan after Supreme. Like, cause that was what I was like called just like you could keep the name The End it's a simple name, but it's a cool name. Like just make that another fucking Titan. Like just make that
Right?
shit.
Why was it this random?
Yeah.
Why
just-
is the fucking comment?
Yeah,
Well,
just
planets-
make that shit like an insane Titan fight. Like that shit would have been way better received, I think. But again,
Like if like we talked about, I know
Or
we mentioned
even-
this before.
My thing was, even if they really wanted to include like the Toho fight in it, just don't make that the very end, because now you've got people upset because they're like, you get the thing, why is this in my Sonic game? Which is a funny comment in like, usually I cringe at it, but in this case, I think it's funny because I'm like, yeah, why is this in the Sonic game? Like it literally is random. You play the hacking mini game in maybe once in Chaos, and then once in and maybe twice in Oreos,
yeah,
and that's it.
Yep.
And now you're just expected to be prepared.
yeah.
So
good.
if anything, like how would y'all like that final boss to like be fixed or improved? Because for me, like if they had like the Titan boss Super Sonic portions, maybe in like while the final boss monologuing, or have like separate phases for it, maybe alternate between Ikaruga, Sonic, Super
Yeah.
Sonic, Ikaruga.
That's-
That would have been fun. That would have been fine too.
That's like almost literally what I would have done. Just like you get to a
Yeah.
certain point, then there's a transition, and then Sonic has to fight it, and then you get to a certain point, and there's another transition, like they did with the Final Half.
Didn't they do that
Yeah.
with Unleashed? If we're like taking Boost Sonic, they would
Yeah,
you would
like
move
'cause you had the
Super
Golem
Sonic
and Super Sonic.
Yeah,
The chip
literally do
Golem
that.
and Super Sonic. Yeah. That shit was heat.
And literally, I mean, shit. The game's been out for like 6 years at this point. The final like story with like 9S and A2, they're both ascending up the tower. And you switch from like A2's like mech shooting segment, and then you go back to but actually 9S's. One is on an elevator fighting like the other like machines, and then the other one's in the air, just shooting. Right? It could have been that.
No, you're right, because they had Sage and Supersonic working together.
Just have Sage in space shooting at the fucking moon, and then have Sonic on land fighting Supreme and shit, and have like the health be dependent on who's doing like shit with SA2 with Shadow. and
That
Sonic.
actually is a great idea too. Like literally anything but just that fight would have been better.
It was definitely like out of left field, whatever.
It kind of upset me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it initially changed my rating. Like, I was like, oh yeah, the game is this, and then I did that boss fight, and I was upset. I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. 6 out of 10. Fuck this game.
You know what would be better?
That's just how
You know what would be better?
irritated I was at the very end because of that fight.
See, you know what you need to make it better, Musa? Replace the monologue and get a mod to have like stink meter voices. From Boondock.
Have like an echo filter on it.
That's terrible, but that's funny. No.
God.
But yeah, anything but just the raw boss fight as its raw self would have been way better. I do appreciate that they did something different, but different is not always good. Especially when you set up this precedent through the whole thing.
Or especially when you're a Sonic game, you can't do shit different, nigga.
Sonic
Yeah, no.
Adventure
Why would
2
you ever do
Plus.
something? Why would you ever do anything different? That doesn't make any sense.
At all.
I think that's kind of like the main point. Like most big YouTubers go in their reviews, it's like, oh my god, they throw a lot at you. Not gonna name any names, and I like this YouTuber, but that's usually like the first thing they go into. Like they'll grab like the shit from like the games that were bad anonymously, and it's like, oh, I'm really disappointed about Sonic Frontiers. It's like, I don't see it. I don't know. This is the bias.
Where's
but
the
it's
good
like,
faith? Where's the good
Yeah.
faith?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
bro? Give me that Scarlet Violet faith, dog.
Boy. Nigga.
I did not buy the new Super Mario Brothers franchise installments day one because like I don't want to pay full price for the same fucking shit. Right? Aside from a few power-ups that are added. No. Nuh-uh. No way.
But it's new. What
No,
do you mean?
It has
It's in
new
the
in the
title.
It's
title.
new in the name. What are you talking about?
I don't care.
Look at all the money you can get, Eddie. Look at
Did
all the old
Did y'all
coins.
pay $60 for like the Switch port of 3D World?
Fuck.
Oh no.
See?
Oh.
But
There
I
you
also
go.
didn't buy those games when they came out before, so
I had some of them.
You're ahead of the game.
yeah. I went and played other people's copies.
You saw
What do I
shit.
look like? What do I look like paying for a Mario game? As a
Mr.
Sonic
Fox is a
fan.
bullshit early. Oh, wow.
I mean, he ain't wrong. That nigga's doing it right.
He is.
Good on you.
You do it because you see bullshit. I do it because I'm a devoted Sonic fan. We are not the same.
Exactly. Built different.
Come on, guys! The only way to play Nintendo games is not from a Nintendo console.
This is true.
Played on a Steam Deck.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, the emeralds are from fucking space.
I
wish they had
I feel like
more
that's
than
just
that.
one setup. Like, because the Master Emerald is just here, so I don't feel like they're just from space.
Right.
What if
It might
like,
be some Infinity Stone type bullshit where they've been here since creation.
there's like 6 other Master Emeralds on different planets though? What if it's that, right? And they're all different colors.
I think Ben Kenders has something to say about that.
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, that would explain the motherfucking Super Emeralds from 3K.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, they're all, like, the Super Emeralds are just all the other Master Emeralds.
Just juiced up.
Lore, look at that, nigga. I'm finna apply for that Lore Master position at Sega, nigga.
Hey, you got management experience?
Yeah,
That's the only thing that kept me from doing it. I don't have any official management
I do.
experience.
I have both team lead and fucking managerial experience.
Nice. I have experience doing the manager's damn job. I'll say that much.
I was like, hell, nigga, lie. What the fuck?
Oh, true.
We ain't honest on these
Until you make
applications.
it.
I'm like, look, bro, if you know how to do what the manager does, you have manager experience. Just say, like, just put yourself in the position under manager, and you'll be golden. Just say you like a team lead or some shit, or a supervisor.
The only reason that Jack's Food Hall in Uptown Columbus is still a thing. I'm the only fucking reason.
This is
Like
facts.
That place would not be what it is without me. So you're right,
I don't even know what Eddie do, but that's facts.
man. I do everything at this
Everything.
point.
That nigga
But, yeah.
runs the show. That's what my job duties are.
Yeah.
The minute you graduate, you see that position disperse.
Right. But I don't did we talk about the boss theme? Or what? Yeah, that's fucking music.
That's a little
music
bit-
discussion. God damn it.
Yeah, we touched on it for a second. Yeah, music all around is nice.
There's one thing that I would like to point out. And this is only specifically for PC. I need them to get rid of the 60 frames per second limit.
Really?
Nigga, I spend too much money on the monitors. I don't want to play with just 60 frames.
Nigga, you can't,
Like-
you brother.
Oh, you're being greedy. You're being greedy. I get it.
Okay.
No,
okay.
fuck you.
No, okay. It's the reason why I say that because you can technically do it, like uncap the frame rate via a cheat engine. If you play it at 20 frames per second, it's beautiful. I understand not everyone has the means to do that or the needs to do that. I'm just putting it out there. I feel like it's possible.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things they could they could have done, but they didn't do it.
Right. It's kind of like
I mean,
how
I feel like they're
PS5
better
promotes
for it, 'cause,
8K on their bots, but it doesn't do 8K at all.
I think they're better for it because had they done it, people would have complained.
Yeah.
See, what you gotta do is you gotta put a cute monster in there. That's how Pokemon Violet and Scarlet do it.
Yeah.
If there aren't cute monsters, what's the point?
Right. I was like, and it's crazy, like, I'm gonna have to put spoilers on this shit. I just thought about that. But like it's crazy that like, yeah, a cute race of things that are all dead and you're basically sending them back to heaven. Fuck.
You're helping them get peace, right? Because the ancient souls are in the cocoa or whatever.
Even though the Coco were the souls of the ancients, as shown in the flashback.
I think I don't know, because it's like an evolution. Because I think Eggman touched on it in one of his memos, like an evolutionary thing, right? Like we get like
I still need to read
elemental.
those.
Yeah, those are good. Those are great.
Yeah, they are. Like it's only 25. They're only like a minute or less long. Like they're cool. Those are a really nice touch. That nigga Mike Pollock voiced the fuck out them hoes.
Really did.
Like everybody, like performances, like everybody was like
The
at
voices were
peak,
on point.
where everybody was peaking in this fucking game. The goddamn raw emotion.
To think that a certain YouTube reviewer like actually complaining about the voices. And it's like, what? These were good.
I was about to say, dog, niggas.
Bro, can we just say who?
The voices were fucking great. I was like, nigga, at this point, man, I've done 3 videos on 3 prominent niggas. So, it is what it is.
Right.
Like there's a difference between the voice isn't good and you don't like the voice actor, which is fine. If you don't like
Yeah.
the voice actor. I get it.
The voice.
Right.
It's all up to preference.
No, man, that's
It
you know,
is.
Zoomer.
I would
Zoomer
love to
YouTube
have-
reviews are if I don't like it, that means it must be bad.
I would love to have Ryan back as Sonic, but that's just not happening.
Right.
I'm
Fucking
still
Roger is
salty. I
good
didn't
still.
get to meet Ryan at a Sonic fan remix.
Yeah, I was sad. Like I told, like that shit. Like you sent the fucking notification out like months in advance, and that shit still snuck up on me. And I
That's
think it was
cool.
mainly because of like Awa, and I was like, damn, dude, I ain't even like I was supposed to buy a ticket for that shit. Definitely forgot. I ain't gonna get that shit next year.
I could gave you mine because I had the wedding to go to.
Oof.
Yeah, it was only $25. I'm not frightened.
Yeah, I was like, it'll be okay, man. We'll go to the
Yeah.
next one. It's all good, brother. But yeah, man, like everybody had top-notch fucking performances in that damn game.
I wish they elaborated on Sage more.
What was
Sage
that?
and Eggman's relationship.
Yeah,
You know.
instead of the 4 cutscenes we got that they tried to make you
Yeah.
care about her.
I'm
That's what
so
the
glad.
memos are for.
That is what the memos are for. But without the memos, you're like, why would I care about her?
Yeah,
And they don't tell you memos are important.
Yeah.
Small child, fucking computer,
I'm so
AI,
glad she's not stuck in just this fucking game. And
right?
she's gonna be
He's stuck in the metaverse for Frontiers 2.
yeah. No,
No way.
she's like Nicole from the Archie comics.
I've added her to the blockchain, Sonic.
Yeah,
Sage is a fucking NFT.
Why would you mint your own daughter, Eggman?
Fuck her. I'm trying to get rich.
like if they ever do another racing game, we're gonna get Sage as a character.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At the bare minimum, you'll probably just get Sage as DLC for Team Sonic Racing.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like Sonic R rules. Like Sage doesn't have a.
I'm
vehicle,
supporting
she
that
just
game. What the
floats.
hell?
She just fucking floats.
We need someone to replace Zavok in the roster for the party games.
Oh, thank goodness. That sounds great.
Because these niggas won't shut up about Zavok hate.
Any
Zavok sucks.
look, man. Any
It
reason-
looks like Sonic's Bowser. He is bad.
Yeah, he sucks.
don't
he
bring
just
the Deadly
exists.
Six into anything ever.
Yeah.
Please let them just not be anywhere else ever
It's
again.
like,
Please.
when them niggas showed up in the metal virus, I was like, oh my god, please I hope somebody kills them. So we can just stop seeing these niggas, please.
They get sent to the. Did they get sent
Honestly,
back
that
to
might
the-
be how people felt about Eggman Nega.
Pretty much.
I want him back. Need him back.
He's dead.
Oh,
Canonically, he's dead. He's in
What?
hell. He's
Ow.
in Sonic hell.
What the
Oh,
fuck
dear.
is this happening? Rivals too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
he's in Sonic hell.
man's at. I mean, if are the Rivals games actually canon though?
They are because they're the only way that you can explain silver. Blah, words.
Yeah, that's.
You know, it was 06 was retconned in universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the point where they meet Silver. So you have to have that as canon.
God damn it!
I totally forgot about that shit. I mean, like hell, Silver and Blaze, because it's like Blaze got introduced in Rush and then reintroduced her a year later. Like we didn't just play a game with this nigga in it.
But she's back in like her own dimension though.
Yeah, Blaze is like that.
Right.
Cooling back in the soul dimension.
Also, how do y'all feel about all the different like the Sonic universe is getting unified? Like we got Styx and Tangle mentioned.
It was bound to happen.
It was left field for me.
If you ever watch like the Bumblecast,
Yeah,
which is Ian Flint's podcast, he said before that like
Shout out.
Izuka wants all of modern Sonic to just be modern Sonic.
yeah. That's why they're hiring for that lore master and shit, because shit's got to make sense.
Yeah.
Which
is why like Prime is it's all connected as these are Sonic's adventures now. Which is fun. It's a fun idea, but yeah.
I hope they redesign all the cast like they did Mega Man Zero.
Oh, for like a time skip?
No, just shit. You know how Mega Man Zero did? It wasn't even like an alt dimension or like a time skip or anything. It's just
it was just redesigned. Yeah, that's true. That's
redesigned,
straight
and
up
they always
redesigned
looked
that,
like
man.
that. Yep, they were always twinks.
Yeah, they were always twinks. The sword, the Z Saber, always looked like that. Y'all were just tripping.
Yeah.
Right. Just so they just got unblocky, and we're just going to accept that. Okay,
Right.
okay, I guess.
Right.
Shut up! Don't ask questions.
Do that,
the
but
thing.
Shit, throw a time skip in there too. Yeah.
Whatever happened with the lore, I just want niggas to remember Knuckles Chaotix exists.
Me too.
Why? Why do we keep trying to remember that fucking game?
Because it's canon. It's canon, damn it.
It's three. What are you talking about?
Mighty was in that bitch too. We got Vector. Like they had
Vector?
stuff. Shit, yeah.
Okay.
D Chaotix?
Oh
We
yeah.
have to remember if we're forced to remember Knuckles, if we're forced to remember Mighty and Ray, then damn sure no Chaotix is gonna be canon.
Right.
Are you talking about the game or the team of the Chaotix?
Both.
Yes.
Because the Chaotix, I'm cool with. Knuckles Chaotix, I'm cool. I'm good.
I refuse to have the
You
origin
did not
of
the music was pretty solid in Knuckles Chaotix.
It's a Sonic
That
game.
music was great, but that's not really. Yeah, it's a Sonic game. That's not really a leg to stand on. What Sonic game do you know that was made by Sonic Team that has bad music?
None.
I want to say Sonic Labyrinth, but even then, I still like one track.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
It was okay for the fucking like Game Gear games. This is their own genre of music.
I mean, there's a reason why I say Sonic Triple Trouble doesn't exist anymore.
It's a 16-bit.
That 16-bit remake did wonders. It did everything right. It made Knuckles less of a dumbass. Because I know we talked about this before, but I'm glad they like had a reason why he was doing all of this. Despite, I mean, granted, it was really just Metal Sonic, but I digress.
I think that's cooler because it like leads up to like Sonic Heroes, how you can shapeshift and shit. I think that's cooler.
You would. Racist.
Yeah, okay. I wonder how that makes me racist, but I don't want to ask either.
Yeah, don't, because you know I can make it happen. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to. That's why I don't want to know. That is exactly why. I am afraid of the answer. You got me.
I would want to talk about like the mods of Frontiers, but that's honestly just a different conversation. If anything, I'll just say like the two cyberspace mods we talked about, it kind of ruins the foundation that it was meant to set out.
It's almost
I
as
mean,
if. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying this like it helps out a few. It helps out a bit, but it kind of breaks the experience.
Because I'm clenching my fist already. Like,
Yeah. Like, there are mods that I do want, but like anything that changes the speed without also altering like checkpoints for acceleration, y'all can keep that shit. Because like I've seen a bunch of fucking mods. It's like, oh my god, we fixed the speed. I'm like, that's cool. Go into cyberspace and do that shit.
Yeah, remember I said, I'm doing my second playthrough with these mods, and I came back later and I was like, I had turned that shit off. Like, literally, I was getting irritated. I was like, this is just different issues, but
faster.
But it feels better and it's faster.
Cause like niggas with fucking movement mods don't account for anything other than raw speed. And I'm like, shout out to the mod community, but like, bro, there's so much that goes into like these games feeling good than just making the nigga move faster. There's so
Just want
much.
Sonic Adventure back, clearly.
Right.
proves that these these game designers that haven't really designed games before with these think pieces on Twitter that know everything about movement in Sonic don't actually know what the hell they're talking about. It's like, yeah, we fixed the speed, we added momentum, just don't go too fast or like go near the edge, you'll fall off probably. Yeah, we fixed it.
Fix
Do
it.
that and you're good.
Yeah,
The fans know what's up.
we sure fucking do. Oh,
Mania did it, therefore it's true.
oh shit.
Oh yeah. One other thing I will say. Playing the game pre-day one patch, and this is why I said fuck the end. Playing the game pre-day one patch was terrible. Fighting the end like that was actually garbage. Fighting the end after the day one patch, much better. And I'm not even sure if anything changed. I just know I had a better time.
Okay, I was about to ask, what changed?
I think something changed, like inside of me, but I can't confirm it. Like
Nigga changed as a person.
I finally experienced Ikaruga. I've changed. Like what? I don't know. I just know that it feels different.
It
So
seemed like they just cut the game short and they just booted up an Ikaruga ROM for the final boss.
The game just starts in a new window.
it restarts my computer, loads up Ikaruga. Like here's a good game. Like,
I don't know if anything, like, I know you played it in 30 frames, but I would imagine that'll like mess up like your damn, I had the word on the top of my head.
awareness, my responsive,
your response time and stuff like that.
Maybe that was it, but I just know
Yeah.
I was like, why is this so difficult? It makes no sense why this is so difficult.
Anything with like a lower frame rate where you have to shoot, like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Shoot
It's-
and avoid shit.
Yeah, it's hell shooters. Like the guy, it's funny because like I was doing it and I almost had like the no damage run on the first go, and then fucking Derek jinxed me, and I was fucking John. I was like, bro, why
Oh,
on
man.
stream? Not like this. But yeah, like again, that's the end was all. It was my bias because I was telling the homie David David Desu, if y'all go follow that nigga. I was like, bro, this boss gotta be fucking egregious. That's the same shit that I told y'all. I was like, bro, this shit has to be worse than like Lost World and Forces bosses for me to say.
Well,
that
those
this shit
are
is
just
egregious.
mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are just mediocre and not very. You didn't have to
I
do
mean,
much with
they're all
those.
the
This
same
it
final
makes you.
boss
It's
battle.
very involved. This is very involved, but very involved in the worst way possible. Where I just wasn't expecting that shit. Like
Right.
I thought it was gonna be a. Like we just said, you do this for a little bit and then it swaps to Supersonic. I was convinced. I convinced myself. I said this is not the very end of the game. There's something after this.
Nope.
And when there wasn't, I don't know what I did. I can't remember because I was just seeing red. I only saw red.
and the credit started
I
to
guess
roll.
what-
This
see-
man
see,
Musa
what I
started season.
I guess what kind of was up to is because it's like Sonic actually gassed you up to make you think that there's going to be something more out of this. Well, outside of Ikaruga, of course.
Now, 100%, it did not make sense that there was not a It didn't make sense that there was not another form because it sets you up for it.
No man, I told
Right.
you this is our dark matter, guys. This is our dark matter.
This is kind of
Yeah,
like
you
a
just-
trope
You
though
just
for
have a
science
comment that
fiction.
just talks shit.
Like just science fiction, like world-ending, like planet-eating things. It's just another planet. Like it's sure,
It's just the moon. It's just the moon.
just another moon.
It's literally just the moon.
Yeah.
I made a Gemini Home Entertainment joke. It's a really cool analog horror series on YouTube. Pretty neat.
Might check that out.
I think this, for as much as I enjoyed this game needed. I've seen some people say another year, but honestly, I think it needed like 3 months. It could have come out in February, and I think it would have been good.
The thing with me, and like I kind of like end it off. Like I don't even think the shit needed more time. I think they needed more manpower. Cause like,
Hey, nah, that's fair. With the time it had, it could have been even better if they had more people. That's true.
Cause like, nigga, you got to remember, man, Sonic Team isn't just responsible for Sonic. These are also the people that do Phantasy Star Online. So like, that's the fact that they had 5 dedicated years to push out a singular game is just monumental in itself. And like, I really hope this shit sells well because it's really fucking good. But
Remember, this is supposed to come out in 2019.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But it's like, nigga, there was no way. There was no shot that After Forces y'all were finna put this fucking game out 3
In 2 years.
ago. No way.
Nope. I wouldn't have been ready.
See, that's why Sonic Mania Plus came out as a reminder. Hey, you got to produce quality.
Right. It's like y'all got.
But if anything, like I wouldn't even necessarily say it needs, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. I personally feel like you can add some patches to this,
Right.
but it kind of ruins your initial opinion about the game.
You can, but I feel like patches kind of. I think patches make a game better, but it also can, in the negative sense. Why do we have so many games that come out with day one patches? Why is your game not ready to be released when it's time to be released?
Because that's just what it is. Like, I mean, like had patches.
That's just what it is now because people want more games, but that doesn't make it right.
I mean, you're absolutely right, but like you also have to remember that not only is the culture different, the climate's different. Because I'm like, had patches been a thing in like the PS2 or early PS3 era, I can almost assure you that most games would have had like a day or month one patch in some capacity. But that just
Yeah, look at Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, I was like, but that just wasn't a thing. So I'm like, nigga, whatever your game came out with, that's the game you were playing until the sequel. So like,
Right.
on the one hand, you had to make sure the shit worked, but on the other hand, if it didn't, cope. so like now it's like, you know, if we can fix it, why not fucking fix it? Like the real thing to me is like, I don't want them to basically patch the game so much that the sequel doesn't feel unique, because that's the problem that a lot of shooters face, like FPS games and some fighting games creep up on that. It's like, well, you know what? The game is so different from day one as a person that played it on day one that now the next game is essentially just going to be a carbon copy of one with the patches. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Right.
So
it's
would
like,
you want to just meet like midway and just say have this as like an expansion, or at least a larger DLC?
not so much a larger DLC. Like my ideal like patch framework for a game is like, you know, you release the game, there's bug fixes and quality of life fixes. Do not change any of the core mechanics of the game, because that's just it's gonna make it that much harder for the sequel to stand on its own 2 feet. Like if something is like egregiously wrong, obviously fix it. Or if you know you think you can make something look better or run more optimally, go ahead and patch it. But like saying, hey, this is how this thing is gonna work from now on, save that for the fucking sequel. Like, save that shit for the fucking sequel. Because otherwise you're gonna
come out to like Frontiers 2
yeah.
or
And I'm
whatever
like, and I
on a
don't
Team
mind-
Death game.
Like, I don't mind, you know, maybe like a DLC island or two here and there, but like anything
Oh yeah, that would be
major,
nice.
anything major that gets done needs to be done in the sequel.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to yeah, you're right, because that kind of goes back on the DLC cyberspace levels. Because I wouldn't lie, it's like I was feeding for more because it was good, but I can also do well with the island too. But yeah,
A little bit of an update. The meta score for Frontiers from the critics has gone up 1 point to a 73
Oh, it's now
on PS5.
73, right?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
73 on
nice.
PS5. It's 8.2
Well.
user score,
Oh, well.
which is putting it both above Heroes and Unleashed in critic and user score.
All I need.
I swear to God, that Metacritic drama should have never came to be.
Yeah, like I that's why I hate like reviews.
I get
because
why, but also
they're fucking opinions.
Sonic Frontiers and then Pokemon come out in the state that it's in. Really shows you that reviews, especially critic reviews, don't fucking mean shit.
Don't mean a
Right.
goddamn thing. Cause I'm like the same critics that gave Pokemon 10 gave this game 7 for the same issues.
Right.
When Pokemon, more or less, because I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments that tries to explain to me, the autistic kid, the nuances of each generation. Like,
No,
more or
dear
less,
God.
it is the same fucking game. Alright?
Mhm.
There should be no reason that the shit is happening that's happening in Scarlet and Violet should be happening. We've had 4 Pokemon games on the Switch now. 4. And none of these issues were in the other 4.
And what sucks is like I see my roommate playing this shit in the living room. It looks cool. It just looks bland, and I would play it if there was like, if it looked more fun, you know?
Yeah,
I think that's why we appreciated Pokemon Arceus more, because it was something new.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like kind of kept your expectations leveled because it's on a Switch, a game with not that much of a hardware. It's just kind of baffling that they went backwards
yeah.
in terms of setting that foundation. And I guess, in my opinion, that's what kind of hurts worse. Now, granted, there's going to be people, the general public for that matter, that's just going to play it anyway.
yeah,
Regardless
10 million
of the
copies day one.
Yeah, 10 million. 10 out of 10. How the fuck?
I don't know if
You
you've
told me
already.
the goddamn thing.
I don't know if you stopped the recording yet already, Shane, but like, you should put the Sonic Frontiers pinball music as a background music for this one.
That'd be nice. That music is good. I like that music.
I was really gonna do fucking fishing vibes.
Oh,
That's too
that's-
calm for us.
Yeah, put some,
Nigga, what?
put some chaotic shit in there.
Oh
It's
my
a little
God.
chaotic.
Okay. that's fine. I'll
That's
definitely.
a little too
midnight
calm for a bunch of niggas.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, that's my yeah.
Put
Mother-
some Midnight Greenhouse from Knuckles Chaotix.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, fuck.
We don't have to play Knuckles Chaotix music. We don't have to forget it, but we don't have to play the music either.
That's a great song, but no, man,
Yeah, literally. It's a good song, but no.
not what I want.
Gotta
Shane
find-
already said he would put the yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find me an hour loop of that shit. Boom, there it is. Sick.
It just.
What do you mean you're not just gonna loop it yourself?
Fuck
You
no.
were too slow, man.
Like I'm still actually learning how to properly cut that shit in Audacity, brother. Once I do, I'm finna get annoying with the fucking loops. But
I already found one for top.